Hi there, and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the journal nest, her nest of happiness, really. And I'm back in Australia, and it's night time, but I just wanted to check in with you, see how you're feeling, and if you're watching this, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been quite an extraordinary day for me. I set out to do something and it turned out completely different to what I planned. But it is journaling time, and I thought I just want to share with you what I've been up to and what I'm thinking about. So, I'm going to take you on a bit of a story, but I do want to say that I'm thinking of you. I hope you're doing well. And if you're making right now, I hope you have coffee and tea beside you. If you're just watching me, I just want to say thank you for your loyalty and your support. So usually at the beginning of a week, I start a new journal. And I think because I've been away, my mind has been just full of all sorts of stimulations. So I'm going to move this big nest first of all and tell you that I have been thinking already about, well, I've been struggling with some journals that have colour, but I've seen that the Roxy Sisters July challenge for slow stitching, and I realise this is a journal video, is going to incorporate the idea of the seasons and Edith Holden. So I do happen to have this old one that I have taken out pages, pulled, they're loose, etc. So I was already in some of my earlier journals, you would have seen that I had been trying to use this, but was not confident about the use of colour. And this is why I love this journey, because we're on an evolutionary path. So wherever we start, we have places to go. So I had that in my mind. And also this time last week, I was actually still in the States in humidity and heat in Kansas, and zipped to the vintage, what do they call it? The antique mall, I'm not sure. But I did stumble, I've got them here, across these, and it's with absolute total reverence and love that I share these with you. I found this collection of vintage postcards. I had been gifted some in the past and I absolutely adore them. And it's a learning for me that here's a card, a postcard with absolutely real yellow ribbon bows, and this is a sparkle flower, and here's a daffodil. So I'm just going to run you through these because I've got the idea of the Edith Holden. I've got these extraordinary blossoms that must have been calling to me in some way. Let's just take a moment. Have you ever seen anything like this? If you have, please comment. For me, it's a newbie. This is a happy birthday card, a postcard. So it's got these raised blue flowers with a little pale silk ribbon. You open it up and it says, "In friendship's name," in pencil. Flip that over. So beautiful. And here's a little flower on this side, and here a little poem. Ellis Walton has written that. And then that closes, another emblem and more cards. So I'm thinking that is a treasure upon treasure that I would love to use in a diary, a journal, not in its entirety, but to honour each page. Then what about this? I'm hoping you can see how textural this flower is and this bird. Now, you know me in green, not easy, but this is an extraordinary flower. Blue. So somewhere along the line, I'm getting the message, Kate, go back. This is, again, embossed. I don't know what it's called. Look at this one. Sorry to make you dizzy. I'll go this way. These two are gold leaf. in blues and pinks and gold. Look at that. And this is mine to you, a loving thought. So when you put the girls' prompt together and these postcards, I was being challenged because it was time to start a new journal, to think about how, now that I've been a little way on this journey, I could put all my favourite things together. You know me, lately I've been taking book covers and framing them and putting a soft spine in. So that's another favourite thing. But I did challenge myself and say, okay, what is going to hang all of this together? Because you need more than your normal, just this colour paper to hang all these colours on. So, out of nowhere, Kate of the Journal Nest has taken a big, bold step. I have started to combine my love of stitching and crochet and journals together. And so I want you to be the first to know that I have made some digitals. And these are all an absolute reflection of my sewing and embroideries. And I thought, what better to give my journals a link between Edith Holden and colour and florals. So I'm not very good at this, but again, this time last week, I found this little bluebird of happiness all the way in the United States. And he's now captured, free to fly anywhere in the world on a shared document. So the beginning of this journal story is I want to use my own papers, my own digitals, in between all my other favorite things and see where we get to. So I'll show you where I am up to so far, and let's see how we go. So this is my nest that I have my sort of linens and beiges and old doilies. I have this piece. I'm forgotten, is that the sewing basket? I'm not sure. I think it is. It could be an LP shop. I'm not sure, but that is in my nest. And I have started to put together some signatures and we will see how far we get. Are you with me? This is just new territory for Kate, but it is so fun, and that's what we said making is all about. So where to now? Okay, I've been standing up and now I'm going to sit down and hope. I'm still adjusting to where everything is after being away and having to improvise. Okay, before we go any further, just a quick little mention that while I was away, I was making a pouch for a journal. This was the pouch of joy, and I'm going to make a journal of joy. This may be it. It would fit nicely. In fact, it would be perfect. So maybe this is it, not sure. But the journal I make is going to be up for sale. And it's the first time I've shared all the way through a journey. I've been watching other YouTubers and I'm reticent to talk about selling, but I do want to share these beautiful treasures with others. So let's have a look at where we are up to. So those of you who are experienced in journaling will know that we can do this in any order. I have started, I found, where is it now? See, it always disappears. I found this old book in the throw out bin because the spine was broken. It was a poetry book. These are a couple of the poems that I've harvested so far. Spring Hours. And this one called Song. I think that goes so nicely with the theme of this journal. But very, very plain cover. So I am going to make it an individually made cover. For example, this won't be it, but my idea is to make in matching colours to my digitals a cover, and I won't put the woolly in. It will be a lot lighter, and I will fabric glue that to the cover. The spine will be soft, and that's where my signatures go, and there's the end. This is Rachel's paper, and I'm sure you know her well, but with reverence, I absolutely touch this. I have got a space at the bottom because I don't use a ruler, but I do know that I will, on this back cover, put something, some sort of, if you know my work, it'll end up having a pocket here, or a belly band, or a flap, so that it can hold the ephemera. So far, front, back, spine, with inches to be added. And then I've been putting or playing around with signatures. This is, and you know I like to say that there's no right or wrong order, but I'm sort of, the more I do it, I'm gradually figuring out that I like having uneven pages and the possibility of extensions, and I'm forever grateful to Rachel for showing me how to do that. So for example, here's one of my digitals. I've stitched around it and it opens onto an Edith Holden page with a butterfly. I'm liking the interplay there. This is actually let's measure this up. I think the Edith Holden pages are, oh actually they fit in well. I was going to say they might be too long. For the moment I'm leaving what month it is. I think I've got April, May and July. These will, I'll add pockets and things. Here's my tea dyed paper, which suddenly looks quite pale without interest, but I'm thinking that, let's just have a play here. So this is an idea that we've got digital, book page, plain, and have a flip of this postcard, something like that. So we've got flowers, butterflies, florals, but still journaling space. Then into manuscript or score, and this is a, I was going to say it was Sydney, but it's also been published in New Zealand. I Love You So. You know me and my lyrics, they speak to my heart. To put your heart at ease. I've returned because I'm using, I haven't done this with you actually, and it's the first for me, because I figured we've got quite literal papers. I did return to including a digital wallpaper. I think this is Louise Heinzel's. I did this right at the beginning of my journaling and haven't come back in 6 months, I don't think. But this bit of blue, a bit of text, and then inside another bit of Edith, but so small. And this will have something special on it, which could be a pocket, it could be something like, oh gosh, look at that. What about that, everyone? Now, this says to wish you a happy birthday. I won't leave that on, but how about that bow above there? So it's a journey through. So possibly for signature, when you see this again, it might be completely different. I also love to continue the colour of pink. So here's the end of my digital into an Edith Holden floral with a beautiful signature bird. Got lots of birdie things I'm thinking of putting in here. Here's the month of May. And here is one of my papers, A4, up in close, what does that mean? Some detail of, people are calling those yo-yos and sometimes Suffolk pups, and some of my wonky stitching and applique, but I am loving the colour contrast and that this pops out a little bit further, but it is too big. So let's see if we could, just going to take this nest out of the way, bring this down, better check that you can still see me. Yep. Doesn't that look blank now? It's funny with context that suddenly, suddenly something I used to do all the time and still do looks a bit plain. So I'm just deciding whether I'll do a pocket. Let's take this out for a minute. Put that to a side because, okay, I know what we're going to do. I've got Rachel's voice in my mind. I do not need this flap. Because I'm going to make this a pocket this way, so the contrast, and then this needs to fold in to be a, let's go that far. So I've printed these double-sided so that you can see the effect of one bit of embroidery and doily compared to the next. This, I've just posted my first set on Etsy. I am a beginner at all of this and I value and need your feedback. I'm not even sure if it'll download if you purchase, but so I've just put one set up. Gosh, see, that's Kate. Everything's getting tangled. Oh my goodness, my Appleton thread. Look at that. Tape stuck to the scissors. But I do have my tool tonight, so let's press it down. Thank you to my beautiful subby. We'll always remember your advice. You press it, okay, and give it more time. It will stick better. So there we go. That's going to be a side tuck and a page that fits in there. Now, where's the rest of the signature? Just so that we don't get completely lost. Right. Something very satisfying about that already. I bought this from a lady in the UK. I'm not used to doing links yet, but that smells so beautiful. Okay, so May, the fairest may be on the ground, and throwing flowers is what's happening in May. Okay, with Edith. Plain. Here's a little bitty one, but do I like... I've designed these so that they can go, yeah, I like that better. So we've got the pink. So we've got the pink and a bit of yellow, the bird going into very pink, pocket plain into yellow, And this is my own French knots, everyone. I said when I was away I would practice, and here they all are, all over the spots, each one made by me. Okay, that's better. Into the pink, some text. This is a tiny Edith Holden. I've got some manuscript in the middle, and being called Faithfully Yours. We go through the back, contrast, plain, oops, actually there, and then this will be, I think, too thick, yep, so we need to make the other side. I need to do an extension and a pocket. Okay, come on, let's channel Rachel and work out what I've got to do. Let's fold this in. So it's like slow stitching without slow stitching. I'll put that on the outside. Yep, I will. Okay, so, okay, just get your thoughts together. I was slow stitching my neutral nest just before. Oh my goodness, I was just talking to you and suddenly the message came up that my iPhone storage was full. So hope you're not noticing, but I was talking about slow stitching my nest, and I've just had this wonderfully creative day. So here we are. This is going to be a flip, and we might actually make that happen. But before we do, I want to make this a little back pocket. So now the battery's running out, so maybe that's a warning that Kate shouldn't be trying to record at night. But as I said, just so excited by your responses, the feedback I'm getting, so many new subbies. Welcome to every single one of you. It means so much when you press that button. And I do need to say hi to my very, very early subbies who've been with me all the time and count the numbers with me, probably more than me. And I think that's the joy of this community. We support each other and we celebrate our evolution and our journeys. Okay, so that feels better. So that's second signature. We'll put a flip there. And there's a continuity. So here into the third signature is Edith to Edith, I'm going to call it. It's May peeping out. This is the butterfly that I found in Kansas. So blessed, and I love that bird, nest, flower, butterfly. That's my wheelhouse, isn't it? Bit of embroidery here. This is a poem from the original book. In fact, I just found the spine here. So it was called Argonaut and Juggernaut, and if I can find a way to incorporate the original. Broken, it was so raggy. As I said, it was in the tossed out barrel, but it's still important to note that. And this is about trees. Music, April. So the curiosity will be that there's lots of months all interplayed. And this word pastoral, gentle shepherds. Got the theme going. A bit of wallpaper, plain paper. I've got 2 bits of music in this one. Who knows why? Ah, that's right, because this is a song poem from the original, which I thought would be lovely to include. Oh, we can't have the death of Lord John Playford, so let's do something right now. I have to cover that up because this is about joy. I'm thinking that one thing you might do with these digitals is there's so much opportunity to harvest the individual bits. So this was a flower from a vintage, I think that was a tray cloth, that one. Here's a few of my little colonial or French knots, and here's a piece of my crochet. So I'm thinking that you can fussy cut or move them around in any way. Now where's the bit that I didn't like? Okay, so on this page we've got Henry Purcell, who I love, an amazing composer. So what about if we're going to do two things. We want the music, the charms. We want the daisy and maybe some of the crochet, and that could come over the back. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to make this a pocket. So here, and then I have to do this side. Let's start with that, put down there. Go like that with that happiness flower, like that. So poke things under there. There's that ducky, and then on this side it says happy and freedom to love, and then this is going to go up here like a little pocket. Is that really what I want to do? It's convenient, but I actually think I can probably make a better choice with that. Use it as a little journal card or a little focus, because it makes a bit of an uneven pocket. There. Happy and freedom. There's the galleries, and a bit of, again, that was that beautiful vintage French doily there, and a flower to end. Okay, so I hope you're getting the idea. Bang, 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 of where we're going. It's just a little mock-up, and the next time that you see this, I'm hoping to have my signatures sewn in, and we will be well on our way to having a new journal. In terms of the signatures, I like to have them a centimetre apart, like that. Look at those florals. This will be the soft binding, and then I'll put lace or something over the top. So let's have just a parting look at this. Front, spine, signatures, 1, 2, 3. Back cover, and still to be added is little bits of colour, beautiful vintage postcards, and more Edith Holden little fussy cuts. I've got some of those there. But I'm hoping for now that gives you an idea of this project. I do hope you like it enough to follow along with me. And as I said, I've got my first baby release of my digitals on my Etsy shop. Just started the shop. I usually go through my website, but fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. Please let me know if you like it. So bye for now. This is Kate in the Journal Nest saying until next time, be well and take care.